What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your $2,000 second stimulus check update. This will be the final stimulus check update for 2020. We are finally here. Today, a Republican came out and demanded we vote on the $2,000 stimulus checks as a standalone bill. Now, I'm going to get to that in a second. First, we know that Mitch McConnell is not going to pass a standalone bill for $2,000. Not for the $2,000 stimulus checks that Nancy Pelosi and the House passed. He's not going to do that simply because he says it's too expensive and we're providing stimulus checks to people that do not need them. Also, one Republican came out today and said we need to vote on a standalone bill for $2,000 stimulus checks. So he directly contradicted Mitch McConnell. But why? Why is this, and who's this person that did it? Now, Mitch McConnell has stated that he wants to get a bill passed that has the three key provisions that President Trump has demanded and has requested. These three provisions are $2,000 stimulus checks to families. He also included a commission to investigate election fraud, and the third provision is a repeal of Section 230. That's what we know. Well, right now I can tell you Mitch McConnell is not President Trump's biggest ally. He's not. He's not his best friend. He went behind President Trump's back and he called Joe Biden president-elect. President Trump was irate. President Trump did not want anybody calling Joe Biden president-elect, especially a Republican, specifically a leader of the Republican Party. Mitch McConnell came out and did this, and he did it too soon. President Trump was not ready. Now, who is President Trump's biggest ally in the Senate? Well, it's not Mitch McConnell. It's actually South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. And Lindsey Graham came out earlier today, and spoke. He spoke on Fox and Friends, and he gave us some clear insight as to what he wants to see happen. So, let's listen to Lindsey Graham's interview where he talks about the $2,000 stimulus checks and what he could ultimately see and how he wants this voted on. So let's go ahead and watch this.
And where things stand with the $2,000 stimulus checks for the American people. When President Trump first made that push, everyone said, no way that happens. Then, of course, the House did it. Now it's sort of sitting in limbo with Majority Leader McConnell, who says there's no realistic path forward. Where do you see things standing?
Well, I think if you had a standalone vote on the $2,000 check, it might pass. Here's the facts. 70% of Republicans don't want to go to $2,000. They think it's a $430 billion cost to the Treasury. They think it's an inefficient way of giving money to people who are hurting, because a lot of people making $75,000 or less haven't been out of work. But I'm with the president on this. I'm in South Carolina. Our economy is really hurting here. So McConnell is right. There's no way to get a vote by January the 3rd. The new Congress begins noon January the 3rd. So the new Congress, you could get a vote. And here's what I'd like. I'd like a standalone vote in the new Congress on the $2,000 check. We have 7 Republicans who've already said they would vote for it. We need 5 more. I think if we had the vote, we would get there. But I want to vote on repealing Section 230. The untold story is that Democrats are in the pocket of big tech. President Trump wants 3 things: a commission to investigate fraud, $2,000 checks, and to repeal Section 230. I'm urging Senator McConnell to give us standalone votes in the new Congress after January 3rd on all 3 measures. And I would predict that if you had a standalone vote on the $2,000 check, it's better than 50-50 it would pass.
So let me go ahead and provide you with a little recap. Now, we just watched it, but I want to provide you with this. Lindsey Graham said, okay, I wrote some notes down. Lindsey Graham said that he wants the new Congress to vote on all 3 of these key provisions, but standalone bills. This is exactly what Mitch McConnell said he will not do. He will not split these provisions simply because he knows these are going to pass. Well, what does President Trump want? He wants these bills to pass. He does not just want to make it look like the Senate is busy. He doesn't want to just want it to look like President Trump is asking for these things, but they're things that he's never going to get, right? He wants these things to actually go through. But what we don't know right now, because we know the $2,000 stimulus check is going to pass. It's going to pass through the Senate, and especially when they vote on it in the new Senate? Because now Democrats actually gained seats. Democrats actually gained at least 2 seats. As I'm shooting this video right now, we know Democrats have gained 2 seats in the Senate. Well, what does that mean? That means that we don't need 13 votes. We only need 11. We need 11 votes as of right now. And again, things can change on January 5th. Democrats could get 1 seat. They could even get 2 seats. So what I can tell you right now is we don't know how many people are going to support a Section 230 repeal. And we don't know how many people will support a commission to investigate election fraud. But what we do know is Lindsey Graham is currently one of the closest people to President Trump in the Senate. That's what we know. And it was because of what Lindsey Graham went down to Mar-a-Lago and talked to President Trump, played some golf with him, spoke with him, and kind of reiterated we need to pass this $600 stimulus check. We need to pass this $900 billion stimulus package. We need to do this and do it now. Well, it's because of Lindsey Graham we have $600 stimulus checks coming to our bank accounts. That's the reason why. Not Mitch McConnell. Not Mitch McConnell. He did not do anything. So what I can tell you is that if Lindsey Graham is currently saying that he wants to see a standalone bill voted on in the new Congress, I can most likely assume that President Trump has something to do with this. And President Trump is behind him on this as well. So what you need to keep in mind is that Republicans are still trying to win back the Senate. This is a key point because right now the race is so tight. In order to actually win to keep control of the Senate, Republicans just need 1 seat. They just need to win 1. 1 out of the 2. 50% chance. Not bad. Right now, according to multiple reports, the early votes that are coming in waves, and Republicans are worried that Democrats are going to have a huge edge right here. This could lead to another contested election. We will have to wait and see, but it could. If Democrats win both seats, I guarantee you it's another contested election. This is why, right now, not doing anything for either party is considered the best move for both parties. That's interesting. That's not from me. That's from multiple experts saying the best thing to do right now, as far as stimulus checks is considered, is for neither party to do a thing. I couldn't believe it when I saw that, but that's what they're saying. And I know this is tough to hear because nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants to think that the election in Georgia is more important than everything else going around in this country. But that's currently the way it works. That's currently the way Congress is looking at it. So, right now, what experts are saying is that by Democrats holding out on larger stimulus checks, it actually hurts the Republicans' chances in Georgia from getting reelected. And that's true. But by Republicans standing strong with their demands and standing united, it actually helps bring the more conservative voters to the booth, where they will actually vote and hopefully vote for a Republican. That's what we're hearing. Now, I wish I could tell you the $2,000 stimulus checks are just right around the corner. They're going to come next week. We're going to get a vote on it next week. But that's not the case. They could, and I honestly believe that we will see a stimulus negotiation happen with $2,000 stimulus checks with President Trump in office. But I would expect a serious negotiation to happen in order for the stimulus checks to be approved. That's my expectation. My expectation is also that if Republicans step up between now and January 6th, by Republicans, I mean more Republicans, this will actually put more pressure on Mitch McConnell, and we will see more movement as far as the negotiations go. Again, this will most likely happen starting the end of next week. This doesn't mean we'll see a vote on $2,000 stimulus checks next week. Doesn't mean we'll see a vote in the next 2 weeks. It just means we will get closer and we'll see some movement. Now, I know a lot of you are receiving your $600 stimulus checks, so that's great. But here's what you need to understand, and you need to keep this in mind. The $2,000 stimulus checks, the talks of them, are currently an amendment. This does not mean you're going to get a $600 stimulus check and a $2,000 stimulus check. No, and that's what a lot of people are saying. You will only get one $2,000 stimulus check total. That means if you get $600 now, you could get $1,400 in the future. Here's the issue. Many people are currently saying you will get $2,000 per filer, $2,000 for their spouse, and $2,000 for each child dependent. That's not the way Mitch McConnell's bill is written. That's not the way his bill is written. And I guarantee you, if any bill is actually passed with a Senate, with a Republican majority Senate, what I can tell you is Mitch McConnell's bill is the one that's going to get passed, not Nancy Pelosi's. The House bill will not pass. It will be Mitch McConnell's bill that will pass. I guarantee that. But if Democrats win the Senate, they win back the Senate and they are now in control, then yes, we will see Nancy Pelosi's bill reach the floor of the Senate. That will get voted on. It will most likely get passed, and that will provide $2,000 per filer, $2,000 per spouse, and $2,000 per child dependent. That means everybody would get an additional $1,400 stimulus check. But under Mitch McConnell's bill, under those provisions, only the filer and the spouse would get an additional $1,400 because the child dependents still only get $600 each. Now, one other thing I just want to reiterate that I talked about earlier this morning and also later on this afternoon is that these $600 stimulus checks are being sent out. Some banks are extremely slow, but the banks are coming out saying, no, it's not the banks that are slow. We're still waiting on the Treasury. We're still waiting on the funds from the Federal Reserve. That's what we're waiting on. So right now, I don't know who's at fault, but one person's saying they're at fault and they're saying, nope, you're at fault. It's just back and forth. It's the Democrats and Republicans all over again. That's currently what we're hearing. Now, I also know a lot of states are currently waiting around for their stimulus money. So you need to be ready. If you are anticipating that you will sign up for rental assistance, it's only $25 billion to go around. Once it's gone, it will be gone. I guarantee you it will go quickly. So as soon as these portals open up for your state, get in, sign up. Do not wait for your landlord. Sign up, get this money going. Get an application in because I guarantee you it will go quick. If you're not in, then probably the first few weeks, and a few weeks is a long time. If you're not in within the first few weeks, I guarantee that money will be gone. Try to get in the first week. Now, I anticipate all the states will start opening up these portals next week. Right now, I don't have any information on any state opening up a portal for you to apply. I expect it to happen sometime next week, maybe the week after at the latest. Also, for the PPP loans for businesses, they should open up very soon as well. This money will most likely last, so you don't have to get in really quickly like you would with rental assistance. But my expectation here is you will see a delay. The longer you wait, the longer you will be delayed your money. So if you really need this money, you can use it for your business, which is the only reason why you'd even go and get it. Go and get in early so that you can use this money and start applying it to your business. Get your business booming again. That's what I want you to do. So the last thing I just want to say is I want to thank you guys for your support here on this channel. When I first started doing stimulus updates, that was like 7 or 8 months ago, I did not anticipate to do more than just a handful. I anticipated to do it for a couple weeks and just fill you in on the updates that are currently happening, what we are seeing, and everything like that. I decided to continue to do the stimulus updates and kind of change the direction of my channel, which was mainly about business, entrepreneurship, and finance. I decided to change the direction of my business because you guys were so supportive. You guys provided great comments. You asked really insightful questions. And you gave me content to keep producing. So it's because of you I continue to do these stimulus updates. So I just want to thank you guys for everything that you do, all the great comments, and your support here on this channel. If it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have continued to talk about stimulus updates. And earlier today, this is something big for me. Earlier today, I usually receive these emails all the time throughout the year, but earlier today, a person sent me an email saying that I was able to save her and her 3 kids from being homeless, from losing any type of income for their food, and I was able to provide them with some insights as to how she could start her own home business. So that email, I saved it. I will keep it forever because it's those emails that just continue to hammer home why I do what I do. I absolutely love doing what I do. I love being an entrepreneur. I love being I love helping you guys with stimulus updates. and just keeping you guys informed. That's currently what I love to do. So just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all your support. I want to wish you guys a very happy New Year, or New Year's Eve right now. It'll be New Year's tomorrow. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.